What's up, everybody? This is the Bros Gone Wild podcast. What's up, guys? You're listening to the Please Shut Up podcast.
But at the same time, people don't tend to have that understanding of
It's
like how much work.
Yeah. And I guess I want you, because when we were on your podcast, or when I was on your podcast, you gave an intro of me. I don't think I can give, or I don't want to give an intro of you. I want you to kind of explain yourself really quick.
Okay. All right.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Damn, man. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
The floor is yours.
Well, my name is Rohan McKinnon.
I didn't know how to say your last name, so I'm glad you said it.
So I have this thing, quick little tangent. Two things that you can use to like figure out my name. In my YouTube videos, I used to always be like, my name's Rohan, and I'm gonna catch you in the next video.
Wow.
That's great.
And then my dad used to do a similar thing where he used to troll people and say that they'd ask his name, and then he'd be like, yeah, we had like a tagline. I was kind of born into this business that my grandfather started. It was an elephant taxi service called McKinnon Come Get You.
Wow, I love that.
So my dad's like a huge troll, but that's the line.
Same here, dude.
Yeah, no.
When did you get like interested in YouTube?
Oh, super, super early. I didn't get interested in like actually making the videos because I never figured I could really.
Yeah.
But I'd say probably like the third grade, and there was this one like old white dude on YouTube who used to do like these DIY experiments. Like he was the biggest at the time. And so I'd always watch his videos. It'd be like these dumb things, like how to make a speaker with a paper plate and pennies.
I feel like I remember those.
Yeah. So like I used to always try it, and that shit would never work.
Really?
Never. But that's how I
that
got
would
into
be
YouTube.
such a funny troll. You're always making them, but knowing they don't work, and then all these little kids are trying them.
Yeah.
That's funny. And when I was thinking of like how I would describe you to Josh, I was thinking, because like of our big friend group, I feel like Josh and I are the most similar in terms of like both really interested in YouTube, camera stuff, video games at the time. And what I was going to say to Josh is I feel like Rohan is like just like us in that sense, because I mean, Brad like watched YouTube a little bit, was a little bit into that, but wasn't as serious. And you're obviously very serious in like filmmaking and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Super, super serious.
Yeah. Dude, it's nice to meet you. This is our first time meeting.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's been funny. I was joking with Andrew. It'd be like interesting to see how well like we could just like jump at a conversation because like I feel like I've listened to a lot of your guys' podcasts and stuff like that. And even before I knew you guys were doing podcasting or I'd made the connection, there was a point where I'd just gotten to know Andrew, and he sent me your YouTube channel. And so I was watching your videos from Italy. So
Okay. Yeah.
I've been seeing your stuff for a while.
Sure.
But so it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I have one thing that I want to put in here is the funniest thing. Like I've known your name was Josh longest time, but do you guys realize you both have really misleading Instagram handles? Because yours is like Ann Huddy, and from the day David introduced me to you, I could not, like you're joking about it earlier, or someone was, but I always thought your name was Andy, not Andrew, because it was Ann Huddy.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And like that just jumped on it. So like I had to try so hard not to call you Andy. And then yours is like JM Bonzi. So Jim. Every time. It's like the first name that pops in my head.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, it's funny you say that because we were just talking one time. We were incredibly drunk, and I accidentally called him Joey, and it stuck for like a year.
Yeah, I actually had it on the back of one of my shirts for basketball.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, he was hammered, and he looks over. He's like naturally calls me, "Hey, Joey," and he stopped. Oh, it was so great. It was really funny. But yeah, you live in Detroit too, right?
Yes, at the moment.
Yeah.
As far as the government knows, no, I don't.
Yeah,
but,
there you go.
No, I'm just
My bad.
lucky enough to be able to crash at my cousin's apartment.
No, that's cool.
They're like 2 blocks from work, so it's super convenient.
Yeah, I started as a video editor since May 6th now. I started 2 days after graduation. What?
I just forgot about that.
Yeah, isn't that fucked up? Yeah, I was literally like, oh my God, I start Monday. But yeah, I started and I work for Z-Bart. They're a car company. They do all this fun, crazy car stuff. And I just make videos for them. We're doing different campaigns for social medias, for quick ads that come to customers. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I just got a PC, Andrew's PC. It's so fucking
nice,
awesome.
nice. Yeah. I saw some parts laying around here when I walked in. So
I'm just tearing it apart.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm so happy that you bought that because like you're obviously pumped about it, and I was so pumped to get rid of it.
Dude, it's a steal too, and I didn't have a lot of room to talk price about it as well. But it was just like, yeah, this is perfect.
I scammed him.
I got jibs.
So you guys, that started on one of the podcasts, right?
What?
Because you were just like, I'm trying to get rid of my PC, and it's like, oh, I might buy
it. Yeah, we had said that at one point. We were like, we gotta figure that out.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. Like we just had Ali on, and like when we have a guest, at least I feel it feels definitely a lot more like a podcast. Sometimes when it's just Josh and I legitimately like 100% forget that it's something that other people could potentially listen to.
It's pretty funny.
Not that like we have a bunch of people that listen, but it's weird to think that people actually listen, because I was talking with Marco and he was listening at work and like he almost screwed up a guy's loan because we screamed in the last episode and it scared him. I hope Marco doesn't hear I say that.
Yeah, the simulation.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I was walking down I was listening to, I think it was the Let's Get Weird one, the most recent one.
Yeah.
And I just grabbed lunch, so I went over to the ham shop and got like a $4. Their breakfasts are huge, and I get it for lunch usually. Dude. But it's like $4.50 for like a massive breakfast.
Yeah.
But I'm walking back, and I'm just like dying laughing to your podcast, and I just had this like huge smile on my face. And someone like just leaves work looking at me. He's like, "You look really happy to be outside." Like, all right.
Yeah, that's great. At work, it's freezing in our building. Today, one of the workers had basically a winter coat on. It's that fucking cold. It's like, seriously.
Yeah.
And so I'm just
hot though.
Yeah. But it's a little over the top. I'm just itching to get out. And so I recently started bringing a foldable lawn chair, and every lunch break I just kick it out in the front yard. Their front lawn, it's super mini, it's a little stretch, and after it happened the first day, one of my coworkers came up and said, "Hey, was that you I saw out on the lawn out there?" And I said, "Oh yeah, that was me." She goes, "I loved that." But yeah,
you take your shirt off?
No, I keep wanting
to.
Dude. I roll my sleeves up.
And like cause some office.
I don't want those long tan lines. The shirt goes here.
You should pop off the shirt.
Maybe after a few more months.
That was such a funny picture to have. Like you
at the office,
laying there shirtless.
That's pretty great. Yeah, no, our building is pretty freezing. I keep forgetting because it's so hot when I walk to work.
Definitely.
But there are times when I'm just like, I will. Thankfully, like Madison Building is really cool. They have like a really nice rooftop. Most of the time, you can just hop up there.
Yeah.
And then get kicked off because they're like preparing for an event or something. But you get enough time in the sun, so
totally
super nice.
So, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna even ask. Andrew was telling me a little bit about the kind of work that the company you do does, and they did the Detroit video to advertise to Amazon.
I was totally wrong about that.
No, it didn't happen.
So apparently, it's like a filmmaker who's associated with them, because they all know him.
Okay,
but he did it by himself.
You fucking liar.
Whoa.
What?
That's wild.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, I was talking
like, not again.
No.
I just assumed they did that.
Yeah.
Because like all the rest of their work looked like it. They've done some other bigger stuff, but not that video. But yeah, continue.
I was just gonna ask, as an intern, what are some of the stuff you're doing? Are you planning on working there longer, anything like that? How much more do you have at school? That's like 5 questions, but I'm just curious where you're kind of at with that.
So as an intern, I took like there's a couple. There's like creative development people. How our agency works is we have everyone from like copywriters and art directors who put together pitches, who do like all the creative development, scripting, storyboarding, everything like that, to producers, to directors, to DPs, to editors, a colorist, and then a couple of business development people, like salespeople. They're much more than salespeople, but that's kind of their main role. And then, so there's 3 interns this year. One of them is like just a graphic designer, not just a graphic designer. But that's what I roll with.
Piece of shit.
It's like, second one is an art director intern, and no one seems to agree on the definition of what an art director is. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
I think of an art director more like a set designer. There, the art director puts together like the visuals and the pitches and stuff like that.
Sure.
And then there's me. So I'm a marketing intern, and basically that means like does everything related to the company brand and otherwise. So like it starts with the website. So trying to optimize that for SEO, and that can mean a lot of things.
Do you know a lot about that?
I've gotten to know a lot of it, yeah.
Shit, maybe we'll hire you.
Seriously, dude, I don't understand that stuff. It's a doozy.
I mean, you're talking about your website. It's
just anything.
Anything,
like, even
okay.
with the label.
So part of it is, big part of it is like, if you're on Squarespace, that's already probably a good step. They do a good job of ranking.
Mm-hmm.
But then on top of that, a lot of titles, headlines, like you won't want to write like this, but I had to put the word video and production so many times because the amount of times that word pops up, the better it'll rank.
Yeah.
And then there's content. So you can do like blog posts, podcast, video, stuff like that. Yeah. Content very niche on whatever your website is. Yeah. And the more niche in general your website is, the better it'll rank. But it's a combination of those things. Yeah. So anyway, I do that. And then right now I'm working with a programmer to kind of re-optimize the website after we worked to analyze like what percentage of people were dropping off where and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what I do on the website. And then I also am essentially a social media manager. So trying to rebuild that. And then I'm also launching their YouTube channel because they've only been on Vimeo up until this point. And then,
how do you feel about Vimeo?
Okay, it's cool. I like the brand, actually. I feel like I would love the people who work at Vimeo, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, they're very just like purposeful, and they actually, for website integration, are very good. They give you a lot of control as far as how their video is played on your website and stuff like that. And I love the staff picks section. Like, I really love that. Always find good content on there. Granted, if you want like any sort of searchability, like YouTube just has way more of a easy play in everyone's lives.
Mm-hmm. It's funny that we're talking about this. I was just listening to, you know who Sara Dietschy is? Mm-hmm. I was listening to her podcast with Peter McKinnon, and they were talking about like Vimeo versus YouTube. But continue with what you were saying about your job.
Right. I mean, that's like basically, I do that side, and then I also try and help the sales team. And I'm also doing like merch design. I'm working with, there's one guy who does like all the clothing design, including like streetwear and whatever for the entire FOC. Yeah. So I just met with him today actually about, they have like it's actually pretty cool. They have like a direct connection with Carhartt, so we can put our brand on any of their stuff.
That's really cool.
What else? What was the next question? What do I do for my job?
How tall are you?
Are you graduating? Are
He's
you
younger than us.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a year left.
Okay.
And you were asking if I plan to go back.
Yeah, like what is the status on the company? You like working there? Do you like what you're doing?
I love the people there. I like what I'm doing, but I still miss like randomly working on random projects throughout the day. Like I don't like having to wait to go home and do that. So I love working there. I like what I'm doing, but I also want to just do everything. You know, like I would love to, and I'm sure they'll let me if I stay long enough. They're okay with it. But I want to try directing. I want to be like a DP once or twice. Totally. I think it'd be fun. Yeah. But yeah, they already threw me on a shoot randomly tomorrow, but it's not one they're getting paid for. But so
still it's a shoot.
It's a cool opportunity. Mm-hmm. They have fun gear there to play with, and I still don't love the whole corporate thing. Like, I can't get over that if I have all my stuff done and there's, like, no one to talk to and half the office is gone, I still have to just sit there and, like, twiddle my thumbs.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. But, so, we'll see, really, what, the need is. And
are you guys done with your coffee?
Almost.
I'm not even close.
It's delicious, dude.
30 seconds, just chug. No.
Actually, technically, I should be done, or I would have passed your liquid level. You know?
Anyways, one of my questions for you, just if you think of like YouTube all time, what like maybe your top 3 like inspirations or people that you're like they're really doing it how I would like to do it.
You mean like over time? Because I go through like a lot of phases. And then people
how about the past 2 years? The past year, if it changes that quickly.
Past year, there've been like a lot of people that I really love. But I'd say the biggest impactful creators. So Casey, obviously.
Yeah.
And before him, I used to watch other stuff. But like I used to be big into Film Riot. You guys remember Film Riot?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
I used
totally.
to love their stuff.
I still watch that stuff randomly.
Yeah, and like a couple other ones, but the first one I really remember and like just being really inspired by was definitely Casey. I'm trying to think of people who like changed the game. You guys know Wong Fu Productions are?
No.
They're like one of the OG YouTube channels. Like they've been on for a while, and they're a production company almost exclusively for YouTube. They create like short narrative content for like a Asian American environment audience. But they're making really good shit.
Okay. Never mind. I was thinking of Nihiga. That's what I was
Wow.
So they're connected. They put videos together.
Okay.
But yeah.
No, that's dope.
And then I'd say actually probably Kraig Adams is.
Okay,
Yes.
I've been
The
following him for a
minimalism.
while and had the opportunity to meet him a couple times.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so I met him.
What's he like?
He's okay. So do you listen to his podcast at all?
Occasionally.
So it was when I met him, I was just watching like his wedding film school videos.
Yeah.
And like this was like years back, and he was doing nothing around minimalism yet until the second time I met him.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really gauge like his personality other than like his funny personality when he made like those joke stuff.
Yeah.
But then I used to tweet back and forth with him all the time, and then I met him at Adobe Max in 2016. Weird. I have a weird process of how I got there. So I tweeted. My parents didn't want me to go to Adobe Max because like you're gonna miss college, whatever. And I don't mean to villainize my parents at all, but at that age, it was like kind of comedical to like do that, I guess. And so they didn't want me to go, but like I probably could have convinced them. But I just tweeted at Sara Dietschy as a joke because I was tweeting back and forth with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, help me convince my parents to let me go to Adobe Max because she had recommended it.
Yeah.
I just totally railed this mic. And I didn't think she was going to respond. And then she made a video like for my parents.
That's hilarious.
Convincing them to let me go to Adobe Max. And my dad's like, well, you have to go now. So then I went there and I met her, Kraig,
That's cool.
and a couple other creators.
Yeah.
So then that's ever since then I've been really following his stuff, and then I met up with him again at VidCon in 2017. But anyway, so I'd say like I really like his, even just like the arc, everything is made from then to now. It's like I just see him as like a couple years ahead of me, so it's been interesting to like follow that growth.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
People I really watch.
Yeah.
I'm actually going through this film school MZ, these academic video courses, and it's breaking down from all these different cinema guys and lighting and color, and some of them are British, so it's like color. but that's gonna be a lot of my. I know it's not answering your question at all, but that's gonna be a lot of my viewing for the next, I don't know, maybe a few months. But I'm just trying to buy time to think. Yeah, I mean, you were saying like Casey Neistat, and I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough question to answer. I do really like Kraig Adams. I really like Matt Diavella. That's probably right now like one of my.
Yeah.
I just like his videos. I think he's very funny.
Very
I think
nice.
he cracks me up, and yeah, he's just really good. And did I tell you? I mean, he used the C200. We're getting the C200 next week.
Oh, I didn't know it was next week.
Dude, I got to play with, not to cut you off, but
No.
so they have right now. They have for anything like higher budget, they'll just rent an Ari. But
Yeah.
they have two C300 Mark IIs, And so the other day, I guess I didn't realize why they just let anyone take it and be super chill with it. And I realized they got that shit insured. And they're buying an Alexa Mini in like a month or two.
Wow.
So that'll be cool to play with. But
Yeah.
so they were just like, yeah, go scout for this shoot tomorrow. I was like, grab a C300. It's like,
That's so cool.
walked, and I just like, I used it just like I use my GH5. And it was like really fun to use, but like, it's weird on that tiny little screen. I don't really tell a difference other than the ND filters. Those are bad.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Built-in ND filters.
Yeah.
Shit, what were you saying?
Yeah, I was just talking about my
He was
favorite
just dodging
people.
the question.
I didn't know how to answer it, but I think I kind of did. I mean, I don't know. I just like watching videos in general. Watching whomever is making it, I'm like, hell yeah.
I
gotta
really
do
love,
some more
I mean,
of
this
that.
is more podcasting and every bro ever, but I love Joe Rogan stuff.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
watching him a lot.
Yeah.
You want to grab mine? One of the things I was going to ask you is because I don't know if you saw, but I put on our Instagram page this video of Josh's voice from like when he was 14. And it's like footage from our last episode. So like it looks like he's talking. It doesn't really. It's like a super shoddy job. But what were you thinking when you watched that? Like, because you're talking about YouTube.
No, I know.
You're like, my God, my subscribers.
So I was like, leave a comment, give me some motivation. And I'm 14 talking into, and I remember the way I did that audio. So I had this good gameplay. I think Andy recorded it.
No, I did.
You did.
I cut that part out.
You sent it to me. And then I went on my parents' their Mac.
Yep.
And I got maybe it was just the microphone through the computer. And on iMovie, you can hit voice recording.
Yep.
And so I just did
Voice
one
over,
take.
yeah.
And I just,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that's good. And shipped it off. But it was like 14 minutes, I think. Or 12 minutes or something.
It was like 7.
Were you just talking
I thought
the
it was
whole
a
time?
lot. I guess. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, no.
That's amazing.
But like, what were you, like, because you're talking about like YouTube and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did that, like,
I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't continue and keep giving to the subscribers.
Yeah.
But
saying there's 6 subscribers out there that are
Yeah.
fucking depressed.
It's
that you
amazing.
never uploaded again.
it's amazing you talk like that and you talk at that young age thinking, I'm probably going to keep this going on for a couple years. And then you do one and you
Yeah.
never do it again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's pretty bad in my regard, but I don't know what I was going through my mind. Maybe it was
But no, I'm saying what was going through your mind when you were listening to it?
Oh.
Like yesterday.
I think I talked about this a little bit, but that was 8 years ago. And like, that seems like so long ago. And it is. But the fact that I was 14 and thinking that today I'm 22 and when I'm 30 looking back at 22 in that same, you know what I mean? That same revelation is just crazy. Because 8 years ago seems like a millennium ago. But 8 years from now, looking back, I don't know if it'll feel like that, just the time relevance.
That's pretty weird.
But it's just like, whoa, I hope I'm a fucking badass by then.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I went through this whole thing the other day where I was just like, I was just thinking about like what life was like. You know what? I'm not even going through it. It's the exact freaking same shit.
Dude,
I was just thinking like 16 versus like.
Oh, no. I just picked up my coffee and I was about to drink it. It was empty. I was so bummed.
That's.
Sorry. That wasn't about that.
No, one of the things that
My bad.
I wanted to talk about, and because it just kind of hit me, like I was sitting at the coffee shop today after I saw the people making out.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about it with Ollie, but I'll let you listen to that. So I don't know if you know this, but sophomore year of college, I made a video a week for 50 weeks, 40 high 40s. Obviously, like inspired by the whole Casey Neistat type thing.
You did it for that long?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't think it was that long.
Mama ain't raised no bitch.
I did a daily vlog thing, lasted 2 days.
So that's what I was bringing up, because like Josh at some point, I think maybe junior year, was like, I want to do a video every day, and it sounds sweet.
You just get so it's amazing how fired up you get in a moment.
Yeah.
I don't know if you listen to something and it's like, oh my God, I can do this.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden tomorrow morning or tomorrow night hits and you're like, yeah, I don't think I'm
But
doing
I
this
think
anymore.
everyone on YouTube so if you were to ask people about like 2016 when Casey Neistat was huge, everyone was like, dude, daily vlogging is not only good, it's healthy. Like it's, but dude, that shit is so trash for you. Like,
oh my God.
for just like relationships and
It killed so many YouTube channels and relationships.
yes,
It's
for real.
crazy.
and I like thinking back to like the one a week, like that is totally doable. And I don't know, yeah, it's just really interesting because like if I go back through my life and think about things that I'm most proud of, that's high up there because
That's cool.
it was like, first of all, I thought there's no way I can do this, and even like during it, I was like, dude, I don't know if I can do this. And creatively, do you guys feel like you operate better with a deadline or without one?
With a deadline.
With a deadline. There might be like, I don't know, like with the deadline, I'm probably perform obviously better, like more time, like more efficiently.
Well, yeah, I guess what are you asking?
You're saying like, because like the end result completely matters on a variety of things. So I don't know, honestly. I mean, there's things that I've taken forever to do and still loved.
Yeah.
But even when I took forever, the majority of the work was done and like towards the end of the forever.
Yeah.
So I think even if you're not trying to fit a deadline, like when you're doing things and you are like, you're basically in the zone working on it and you get so much done and then something pulls you out of it or whatever. And then for you to get back into the zone is the longest thing I think it takes with editing.
Totally.
Because when you're in there, things move fast.
Yeah, it's just making sense. It's like putting a puzzle together. I met with one of my professors, and he said what he does is he always is working on 3 projects at once. Because if you can't do that?
I know, but keep going.
Because if you hit that resistance on one, boom, you jump to the other one, work on that, get rolling on that, and then let's say you hit the resistance on that, you jump to the other one. And that I've started to work on multiple projects at once, and I love it.
That's cool. That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Okay, you know what? I take it back kind of. I've been doing that as of recent where like I'll be working on a YouTube video that I filmed like almost a year ago, and I'm just hoping to get it out before
That's
the
cool.
full year goes around.
You can do a 1-year anniversary.
I have done already a couple of those. but
1-year anniversary, editing at multiple projects at the
multiple
same time.
projects.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I've been doing working on that and then trying to make a song. So like 2 different things, I guess. But the song is like of no practical like I need to get this out because no one really. I guess now people know that I'm working on it, but like no one really, no one's waiting on that. And I don't feel like
I am.
I mean, okay, thanks. I mean, even my family members like. They'll like it when it comes, but like my videos, they've been in them, so they want to see them. So there's always that pressure. But generally, for a long time, I've been just like, it's never successfully happened, honestly, but I've been striving to do the whole Kraig Adams Project Zero thing. But
What's that?
His whole thing is like, so he has Inbox Zero, which I'm sure you know what that is. His Project Zero is at any given moment in time, if he's not working on something, he doesn't have anything else to work on. So it's just like the next creative idea that he does for fun. So like he always just is working on one thing at a time, and then like he doesn't have like another thing lined up. It's just one and done, and then he figures out the next thing.
So he's never worried about anything else while he's working on that one project.
Exactly.
In a sense. That's
and
cool.
I mean that just sounds so nice.
Yeah.
And not full of anxiety like managing multiple projects usually is.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
All right, Andrew. No, I was going to ask you guys, one thing that has been really interesting working at where I am now is going into Premiere every single day. And whether it's you're in there for 20 minutes or an hour, I know personally, I would go sometimes where it's like been a week and I'm sitting there, man, I haven't been in Premiere. I haven't opened that app in over a week and stuff like that. But I'm really starting to feel myself 5 days a week. I'm on Premiere for 6 hours a day, whatever that is. It's a grind. But it's just.
How many times has it crashed?
No, and that's not terrible actually. A couple times I'm like, you son of a bitch. But just saying the sense of it's pretty sweet how comfortable I am and how I've changed all my keybinds ever since I started working there. I have all this. My workflow is actually really fast now, and I'm just curious how often you guys go on and. I don't know if that's something that you think would increase creativity, just being in that and seeing it every day. And I don't know, it's just an interesting thing that I haven't delved into until I started working, because I've always take long breaks.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good to get up in there.
Oh, let me tell you.
No, seriously.
It's a thing.
Yeah, no, I really envy that and need to do a better job of that. You answer first, because I'm still thinking about my answer. If you have an answer.
Yeah. So I actually opened a Premiere yesterday for the first time in like a year and a half, because my work laptop, I can't get like Final Cut on there, and they have Premiere. So but I've been a big Final Cut editor.
That's fair.
Ever since I got a MacBook. Before that, obviously not. And I was into Premiere and After Effects. But so being the videographer at ASMSU, which is like the student gov at Michigan State, that kind of did that for me, where like before, I feel like I still was working on videos all the time, just like between client work and actually attempting to at least put out a YouTube video every couple months. But no, that getting into that, I think did that for me, where I never got so efficient at editing software that, you know, you're just like working through it. And because it's Final Cut specifically, like I just do everything on the trackpad of my laptop, which I think that's been really nice for editing while traveling. But now it's gone down a little bit actually. And like, obviously I've been making some assets for social. So then I've been in Premiere, but Final Cut less, because most of my freelance the last 2 months has been photo stuff. So
yeah. And Andrew was telling me, and I know, so you do weddings and things like that. What kind of photo stuff are you doing? And I'll get into weddings. I'm curious too.
Okay, yeah. So photo stuff is usually like all over the place. It's between portraits, but I don't do that as much now. And what I've been doing recently is more like branded photography, product photography stuff, or like with models, which has been a lot of fun, because I really love product photography, and I didn't think I would, because I just like put on like an hourly rate. I got my products, like no person to direct. I put the product, take my pictures, mess around, get it to look good. And it's fun. You throw on some music and you just work through it for a day. And you're like, okay, I made some decent money. And then you go and edit and get paid to do that too. And throw on a podcast. I love editing photos because I can actually listen to something while I'm editing.
Agreed. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been working with like a hair care brand, Naturalicious Beauty.
Nice.
And I've been doing like all their bottle shots, and then recently did a photo shoot with a bunch of like, they're not models per se, but customers who like came in and modeled. I've been working on that.
No, and that's badass. And personally, I've always heard that stuff and been like, wow, I'd love to do photos or this product, but if you were to give me one tip, people, whomever, one tip, like I just hear something like that, I'm like, I don't know how to find someone that I can take photos for or get paid for doing photos.
For sure. One is going to be the most generic freaking answer ever, and it all starts with networking, because I don't think I've, other than like one time, someone over Twitter like messaged me from San Francisco. I don't know how they found my YouTube channel or something, and they're like, "Can you make this thing for me?" And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." But
that's cool.
100%, it's going out and talking to people and not being shy of. And I'm not saying I do this all the time. Like it's like going in there. I always try and get to know a person first, and then like someone literally told me at a networking event, like I was like, oh, I'm a student, I do this, and then I have my freelance business, and she's like, lead with that, and I was like, so in the scene out here, they care about what you do, not so much as like the school you're at, unless you're connecting over, I went to Michigan State or something like that. But so I would say get to know people, and then provide value first, 100%. If you guys watch Sara Dietschy, you probably heard her say that, and that's where I first heard her say that. With the current clients I'm working with now, my cousin, who is kind of like my in at this place called Backstage Capital, they had like a Detroit accelerator where they had 7 companies come in, and like a 3-month accelerator,
It's badass.
and tried to get them moving. And so there was a lot of really cool companies. And my cousin was given the opportunity, just because he's involved so much in the startup space, to be the director of that accelerator. And he was like, listen, like, I'm not going to tell these people anything. I'm just going to tell them, you know what the fuck you're talking about, and they should talk to you about like social media strategy and YouTube or whatever. He's like, just help them as much as you can. You'll get work out of this.
Yeah.
And so I came in as like a mentor. I was like, what the fuck?
That's
Like
cool.
all these people are
really cool.
older than me. Like it was really cool. And I just had to like be confident, but then not be like, I was afraid I was trying to like make myself sound too cool or something, like feel qualified because I wasn't in my mind. But thankfully, like last second, I was just like, once I got into
Lock in.
Yeah. So what I did is I sat down with like 5 of those teams, and the first thing I said was like what is, like, I just kind of listened. I kind of did like a salesy thing, and I didn't think about it. I'd be like, can you tell me, like, other than my brief understanding what your business is, can you tell me where you guys are really killing it in this game, and then what you think is like lacking, and then based on that, I would like bounce off of them, give them advice and stuff like that. And like
good, yeah.
It was so cool because I felt so fulfilled at the end of that, even by itself, because each one of them was just like, oh, I got so much value out of that conversation. Like, thank you. And then I sort of like talked to 5 of them. 4 of them hit me up for work.
That's funny.
And I didn't even like, they're just like, do you do this stuff? And I was like, I happen to do this stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best way, is like, you know what you're talking about more so than you think you do. And you know more than them at least. So leave them, listen, and then help in any way you can, and
Sure.
it'll work out.
Yeah, and I think with all that sort of stuff, it's the beginning is the absolute hardest. I mean, I remember always hearing like with YouTube, it's like the first 100 subscribers is the hardest.
Totally.
Especially with, I mean, that's just exacerbated by like algorithms and how hard it is like
it's
to
crazy.
get found on YouTube, like have your video be found. But yeah, that's good advice.
What I love about that is that story from that conference where you were the mentor, whatever. It's something that maybe in 10 years from now, that's the story of like, man, so I met this one person that gave me that. And then and it's just, I love that stuff. It's so cool. And it's amazing how you really can't undercredit one connection. And I don't know, I love that. It's
You never know what could happen. So, I mean, people are just like, it's hard. It took me the longest time to realize this, but like the way I think, majority of other people think in a similar way. Like they're all cool people doing cool shit.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Except for a few assholes that ruin it for everybody.
Yeah. Andrew, is that anything you would want to get a little bit deeper in per se?
What?
Just maybe trying to find client work where you're doing photos, or is that an area where you might move towards soon, or?
Yeah. If I like think about what I feel I would be best at, it's a weird way to put it. It's more yes and no. Client work, I don't know. I feel like more not influencer marketing, but like that sort of stuff. I'm trying to good save. I'm trying to think of what the word would be for it. Like almost like not review videos, but like where you do like, let's say for example,
like affiliate stuff.
Yes, I feel like that's where I would probably be best.
You try it out for like a month,
or not just anything like that.
Have you seen the Amazon influencer program?
Yeah.
I keep getting ads for it, and I'm tempted to check it out.
It's hard because if you don't the first month make a certain amount of money, they cut you off. I tried to do that with book club.
That's funny.
Oh no, you're talking about the associates program.
Oh, what's the affiliates?
So the associates is the affiliate thing.
Oh.
I was talking about the Amazon influencer. They want people to be like, to like lead the charge of like an Amazon YouTube sort of deal.
Yeah.
But like not in that sense. It's not like a platform. It's more like people who review stuff.
Yeah.
And recommend these products anyway, to create content around that to go like through Amazon's things.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing ads for it like, do you have a big social following? Check out the Amazon Instagram. I'm just like, whoa.
I didn't realize you have like a whole account on Amazon. You can put profile pictures. You can tell, you have bios. You can fill out all this
I'm
information.
sure there's like some sort of messaging on Amazon too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's how I met my wife.
That review she left for that tape.
No, that I don't know the whole client thing, and just like in your head, at least I thought like all video editing is the same, but when it's not your video, it feels a lot more like of a chore. Not to say that there isn't client stuff that you would like.
That you enjoy.
I was talking about this with Josh. I think music videos would probably be the happy medium for me.
Yeah.
Because you do get a say, especially if you like.
But one little devil's advocate I like to play with that is, yeah, you're sitting there editing whatever it might be. Maybe it's just some client video where you're like, gosh, you gotta do this little documentary of this event or something. And the whole time you're like, gosh, this sucks. I don't want to do it. But my argument is, while you're doing that, the whole time you're thinking, man, I wish I could do this, or I wish I could have done that, and then this video could have been. And so, yeah, it might, during that moment, you're like, man, I don't really want to do this right now at all. But in the end, one, you finish a project. That's always successful. That always feels great. And it's a good reason to do a project. But two, while you're doing those things that you might not love, I feel like a lot of times that's when you realize a lot of different things that you might really love. And I don't know. I personally, when I do some of these videos, a lot of times when I was at CMU doing just different freelance whatever, is you're sitting there all the time like, man, why am I doing this right now? But maybe that inspires something else really soon.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it never hurts to, like Rohan was saying, make some connections. Because, yeah, it might not be something you love to do, but in 2 years, maybe they're like, hey, remember that one guy that just donated his time to us and made that video? Maybe we have all this grant money and he wants to be ahead of our high school video program. I don't know.
No, I don't.
You know what I mean, though. To battle that, yeah, it's not the most creative and it's not the craziest thing you're ever going to do, but you can take a lot away from it.
I think I've had that problem so much, like where I'll take on a project because I'm excited about the money first off, but then just like anything branded is like good to have, I guess, portfolio wise. Mm-hmm. But then I'll get in the weeds with the editing and there's always problems or someone's being annoying to work with. Yeah. And I'm just like, why am I doing this? Like, oh my God.
That's how I feel about this fucking podcast.
This guy.
But I would challenge you to, instead of looking at it purely, because the money tends to do this, is you look at the money and you're like, what's the fastest I can edit this to make the most money per hour or whatever? And you're like, I know how to do this. I'm going to knock it out. We're going to accomplish this project. But I would challenge you to do almost the opposite, in the sense that, the money's coming in anyway, as long as you get the project done on time. So instead, to pursue it just like you would make, like almost with every new YouTube video you make, you try something new. Mm-hmm. You're trying to learn something. You learn something for the first time just for the video.
Yeah.
And it would be interesting to do client videos that way, where you're trying as hard to implement creativity into whatever this boring video may be. And even if it's as simple as like a really nice lower thirds intro, but like you learned how to make that for that.
Yeah.
It's fulfilling for you, and like we think they won't notice the difference because they're getting what they want. But like if you go over and above and it stands out from whatever videos they're seeing even more so, like you're gonna get work coming back, and more than that, they're gonna be shouting your name around town. So there's definitely a way to make that client work feel like less of a pain.
Yeah, I just want to even say, I think you'd enjoy that work more than you think you would.
I feel like I'm on a fucking intervention right now.
Sorry, Andrew. This is just to change the topic a little bit, but I recently edited my first wedding. Nice. It was about 8.5 minutes, I believe. But yeah, it was interesting. It's interesting working with a couple that you're not vibing with. And it's like, gosh, these people are interesting. But I mean, it is what it is. It works out. It's one of those things that you get done with it and you're like, I'm pretty happy with how I made that look. And one thing that my boss is really good with is he's good with all the cinematic rules and the storytelling rules and things. And he was just telling me little things of little tidbits, whatever. But one of the things he was telling me was, it honestly doesn't matter what they're saying as long as you got the right music behind what they're saying. Because naturally you start like, oh wow, these people are actually really in love if you have the right music on.
Dude, so
it's
true.
just funny.
Yeah. Unless someone's trying to read lips.
Yeah, it just cracks you up with all the stuff you can do to really give different vibes out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just saying, I did a wedding. It was interesting. How many have you done?
So weirdly enough, like I've only done maybe 3 weddings where I've booked the client, shot it, edited it. More than often, like this is like how I got into doing video work is my uncle has a video production company, like specifically like he does mostly weddings.
Nice.
But they're usually Indian weddings, which is a whole nother thing. They're really fun, but oh my God, are these long, and every single one's different. So you are rushing to figure out what's going on. But
It's my life.
so yeah, they're stressful but fun. But I got into filming those with him. I didn't get paid. It was more of like an assistant, apprentice.
Yeah.
From when I was like 12 to when I was maybe like 18, and that's when he started paying me.
It's a lot of free labor.
That is.
But like I didn't shoot that many. I shot like 5.
Yeah.
But then I started doing more of those with him, and usually I'm just shooting. So as far as shot weddings, it's got to be somewhere like 20-30 range.
Wow, that's really cool.
But so yeah, I've had a lot of experience. I've done like maybe 5 to 6 like American weddings.
Have you had any colossal mistakes?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh fuck.
I've had a couple, but like I've usually recovered from them.
That's good.
One of the ones where I was like apprenticing is he gave me a glide cam, and at this time I was a huge Devin Supertramp fan.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So he gave me a glide cam with like, we shot these on 5D3s, and I was like, I'm getting a sick shot, and I kept going for all those pushes because I was like, you know what, these are gonna be the most beautiful things. I've watched all the tutorials.
Yeah.
I know you like walk and like.
Totally.
Oh my God, these were garbage. I didn't realize how much practice it actually takes to operate a glide cam.
Really hard.
Like I'm pretty good at it now, but like, oh my God, that thing was like,
yeah.
so that,
serious.
and then that same wedding, this was not my fault. This was the photographer's fault. In Indian weddings, they have this thing like a mandap, but it's like a gazebo kind of, but they like put it up over where the marriage site is, and it's like 4 pillars and some sort of like beams across. Photographer bumps in the back, and in the middle of the ceremony, this whole thing comes down.
Oh my gosh.
That's
And
insane.
they all got out of there at like the last second, and then just did the wedding. But oh my God, that was like, I was like getting a time lapse from the balcony watching, and I have it on the time lapse.
That's crazy, dude.
I have a question kind of out of left field that I actually want both of you to answer. Let's say, what's today? Wednesday, okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's all good.
Next Wednesday, videos due at 8 p.m. You have no footage right now. What would you make it about?
Is there like
Anything.
anything?
One thing that I've kind of been doing during my lunch break is I posed that question the other day during my lunch break. And
This is the question I just asked?
Yeah, and I just sat there, okay, tomorrow I have to have a video done by tomorrow. And it's like breaking through how am I going to start? What am I going to do when I get home? And then how does the concept break down? And it's kind of fun. It's just a fun thought experiment.
Yeah.
Whether I do it or not, who knows? But I would do it on probably one of those crazy stories I write. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to send you. I've written, I think, 3 or 4 now.
Put them on your website, dude.
Maybe. Yeah, they're long. And yeah, I just take like 20 minutes and 30 minutes and just kind of let my brain flow. And if I was to do it in a day, I would probably be every character.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And just put some other stuff on.
That'd be
but yeah, that's probably how I'd answer.
What about you?
I actually think week's like a pretty solid amount of time.
Yeah.
So like
It is.
You got time.
I have like 2 legit-ish answers, and that would be that I have a bunch of videos that I've, like usually what I'm editing now on YouTube is like mostly travel films, just like little scrapbooky videos from wherever I've gone.
Totally.
But every so often I have a couple of YouTube videos that I want to like actually specifically create for YouTube.
Yeah.
And so one I've always wanted to do is like I wanted to make one of those like Instagram dance videos. Have you ever seen those? Have you
Like what?
Like the ones literally it's just like they like come up with the dance and they do it. Like it's just fun to watch for me. I love dancing.
Like is it multiple people or just one person?
It depends. It's usually like a class. Like there'll be a choreographer and then they'll have multiple pairings in the class and they'll make this like super epic.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the ones they have like those scribbles on them while they're dancing and stuff like that? So, but I'd want to make one like a YouTube video about trying to make that dance video and like collaborate with someone who is like an actual choreographer and like have them attempt to teach me a dance in a certain time constraint. I think I've seen videos like that, but I just think it would be really fun to actually make for me.
Yeah.
But going back to that, because this is my first thought when you said that, is I thought I was the shit in high school, okay? And this is like when I was just getting into making YouTube videos, and I saw like, do you know what online video contest is? You should check it out. It's a really good platform to like get ideas. Basically, I knew this through Indie Mogul recommended this to me.
Okay.
Griffin Hammond, whatever his name is. And basically it's like companies will have these video ideas and it'll just put them up as contests instead of like having companies bid for it.
Okay.
And so filmmakers just submit a film based on the concept on a deadline and you can win a prize. So like they've been like regularly there's $5,000 to $10,000 prizes.
Wow. It's cool.
And everything from as simple as like a stop motion video to something like that. So I saw one of them where it was like for a brand, it's like define what courage is to you. And you know, this is like a $6,000 payday sort of deal. And I was like, hell yeah.
I got this.
So I remember seeing this like meme story thing I've always heard where someone was in school was asked to write an essay on what courage meant to them or what courage was. And they typed their name and then did the page length of empty pages, and on the back wrote one sentence saying, "This is courage," and turned it in.
That's pretty funny.
Like it's ballsy, right? And like the story is that like she got an A or whatever.
That's
so and this is in like I was like 14 years old. Like I was more than old enough that I should have known what cringy stuff was. But I submitted a video that was, "What's courage?" White text on a black background. This is courage. It's like a 60-second video.
Did you go?
No, it was just like text.
It doesn't exist yet.
And then I shared it and I was like, "Please vote for it," blah, blah, blah. And all my family, like they did not.
That's funny.
They were just like, "I don't get it."
Damn it.
And I was just like,
yeah.
No, I was thinking too, maybe I'll do the video how I ran a marathon on a bad knee, how to come back from a knee
That's what I was
injury.
going to say. You still got to be recording this stuff even if your knee's hurt.
I know. I really got it.
Low
I think I'm
progress
changing
report.
it to like 75 days.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. Shoot. I was going to ask you, and this is retracting from what you said, but have you ever done any dancing classes before?
I don't know. Maybe like through school or something like that.
Dude, so fun.
It's
It's kind of weird. I did it. So I did a 1 credit hour, and I did salsa or Latin dance.
I want to do salsa so bad.
Dude, it was awesome.
I also want to do swing dancing.
Funny. Yeah.
I think
Totally.
that'd be so cool.
Totally. But I took it during the winter time, and it was kind of weird because you're dancing. The whole thing was like, okay, dance with the new partner today. And you just learn their tendencies, and you do understand dancing more with doing it with different people because you get used to one person, whatever. And so we're in the middle of winter, and some people are sick, and it was kind of gross.
Yeah.
Like people are sneezing before class, and I'm like, hope I don't get hurt. It's just all that. But no, I will say I recommend dancing classes are so fun. And it's something, though, that, too, I finished, and about a month later, I literally forgot everything.
Nice.
So it's definitely something you got to keep up or take some notes or something. But
When I was in Amsterdam, like a Brazilian girl tried to teach me how to do samba. And
I don't know what that is at all.
it's like, imagine salsa, but Brazilian. It's different, but like the rhythm is different.
Yeah.
And like I got the steps right, but then as soon as I started dancing with her, it was just like fuck. I was like, I thought it would be way better. I thought I was gonna be way better at this.
Yeah.
I was like trying not to hit her feet. I was like, God damn, it's all true. Like
Totally. Yeah, I hope at my wedding one day I'm gonna have this insane choreographed dance. I'm on the table.
let's do it. They do that a lot at Indian weddings, man.
Really?
Not only will the couple have like this insane choreographed dance, but like there's like groups of kids and like adults, and there'll be like 5 to 6 groups it's like a requirement for an Indian wedding at the reception for you to perform.
Wow.
So like it'll be like a dance competition, but it'll be like the bride and the groom will sit at the front and watch everyone perform.
Dang.
It's pretty cool, honestly.
The wedding I was editing, these 2 kids, they all of a sudden they looked at the DJ and got him going. And it was, I'm gonna take my horse to... And these kids were, one lip singing the whole song, and they had this whole thing where they did like money stuff to it. And the whole time they're doing that Fortnite dance where they go down. And they were so good.
That's hilarious.
But
Dude,
they do all these moves and like kicking while their hands going. They're doing all these moves. And you're like, wow, you're so amazed. And then they did the same 3 or 4 moves for like 30 minutes.
And then you're like,
it's like, okay, I was good while it lasted.
Gotcha.
I thought
Exactly.
I've always been into dance, but do you guys remember Gangnam Style?
Yeah.
So when I learned that, I thought I was like, I'm so good at this dance.
Yeah.
That like, I was on like a family reunion in India in like a little village, and they were having like a New Year's Eve party, and they played this song, and someone like yelled at me to do it, and then I was like, you know what? There's like these dancers on stage, and during that song, I jumped on the stage.
That's awesome.
I don't know where I got this confidence from. I'm not like this normally. I jumped on the stage, and for like a minute straight, just did the Gangnam Style dance, and I was like, I'm so cool. And then I jumped off the stage.
That's cool.
That's badass.
Dude, I will say this shirt, give me great posture.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet you have to.
I don't
I'm
have
like
very
over
posture.
here like,
Yeah.
I've been trying to focus on that, but
What's your guys, have you really experimented much with standing desks?
A little bit. Did that just thunder out there?
I think so.
definitely did.
Really? Not much, no.
I've used them once or twice. I want to have one. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Oh, there's probably someone
Was
upstairs.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Apartment life.
You're also convinced.
Yeah, I guess, gosh, we're approaching an hour.
Are we really? What time is
Yeah,
that?
58.
58 minutes?
I'm
Is
scared
that-
these guys are going to turn
No,
off.
we got a minute left.
Okay.
60 seconds.
Any things you want to
Yeah.
just plug yourself, say anything? I know you have a podcast.
Yeah.
I would like to come on it at some point.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll plan something out.
Yeah. Okay, we'll have to think about what we want to do. But yeah, I need to do another one. I haven't done it in a sec. But plug myself. So I have a podcast that is entirely ripped off of this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys, please shut up. You named it that. And then I was like, that'd be a really good name. But I didn't think please shut up. I just wanted something with please. And I was like, you know what? They did PLZ. I'll do PLS. Forget it. And I made it please talk to me. So PLS talk number 2 me.
Nice.
And it's on Spotify. And the last one I did with Andrew and Dave is on my YouTube channel. But you can find me on social media at Rohan Makecha, because it's 2 A's, because someone weirdly enough had my handle. So
Nice.
I've been looking at the time a lot because there was one thing I wanted to say.
Go into it, yeah.
This shirt feels I was I was sitting at the coffee shop, and you remember do you remember the first video I made, like where I like announced that I was doing the like year long of weekly videos?
Outdoors, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's some weird Post Malone song that like I literally heard it and I was like, I need to do something to this song. Yeah, I need to dance now.
That's funny.
But I had that same exact thing happen at the coffee shop today with this other song, and I was just thinking, like, dude, for the past like 6 months, I've told myself like over and over, like, maybe I'll do like once a month, once every 2 weeks. But then I was like, dude, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do a week again.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and do it like
Love
once
this, folks.
every week. But the thing that I think what burnt me out on it the last time was that I felt like I had to do a Casey Neistat video once a week of like, hey, what's up? Like, this is...
Just make whatever.
Yeah, and this is, I actually want to ask you about this too. So I saw the video that you were in with, I don't know if that was a friend of yours when you were in Houston.
Oh, Brandon. Yeah.
Is that a friend of yours?
Yeah. We met at VidCon.
Okay, so you guys were like, he was full on talking to the camera in public. What is that like? Are you comfortable with that?
So it like comes and goes. Like you get good at it,
Yeah.
and then it's like if you haven't done it in a while. But if you're with someone else, infinitely easier.
Yeah.
If you're by yourself talking to a camera in public, obviously, like if I'm in New York or LA, fucking do it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I've definitely forced myself to get really good. Like I'll just like at first I'll be like and then I'll be like no, like it's gonna be a shitty video and I'm already embarrassing myself. And so I just
That's a good way to look at it.
yeah. So I full on go for it, and I feel like when you're just confident about it, people are like, all right.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
If I haven't done it in a while, it's still kind of like I'll just be like really quick, and I'll be like, why didn't I talk more? Or,
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, but I was listening to a Casey Neistat podcast, and he was like, oh no, I'm scared shitless. And he said, you'll notice when I'm walking in the streets and stuff, there's no one ever behind me. Like he kind of is like strategic about kind of like hiding.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, which I had never thought.
Wow, I
know.
wouldn't think that at all.
Yeah, so it was just a weird thing, but no, just really like one of the things I've realized is that if you want to make a video, you can make a video about anything. You can make it about you could have made it about your knee getting hurt, whatever. There's no thing that's off limits per se. Mm-hmm. And I just want to try and explore that. Like for example, you're making that song, right? Mm-hmm. There's no reason why you couldn't, if you wanted to, obviously, make a little movie about making the song.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely want to do that at some point when I actually know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but even just like documenting the process of you not knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's a realization I've come to like the past 6 months probably. It's just like there you don't have to have the finished video idea in your head. It can kind of develop along the way and turn into...
That's how those stories are, dude. I never know how those are going to finish, but it just works out.
Yeah.
Tends to, yeah. And then you just, whatever corrections you got to make.
Yeah.
That's what editing is for.
Well, I like to, I mean, these videos too, they don't have to be 7 minutes every time or 5 minutes. It could be a 2-minute video, but it's all this funny, weird stuff, and then it's done. And it's like, hey, that was this week. Hey, at least I got to watch it.
I started out making YouTube videos. They were 45 seconds long.
That's what's cool.
15 seconds long.
Yeah.
And it would literally just be like one After Effects effect of like my brother floating a coffee mug or something.
Yeah.
And I used to have so much fun with those. And I'd be like, man, I just spent 4 hours editing that 15-second event. And I was like, now I'm just like, oh wait, no, it all takes that long.
Yeah. It is amazing with how time consuming
I'm
it
telling
is.
you, those old one-clip edits, the OCs.
Yeah, the OCs.
Card full, dude. Oh, well, that angle doesn't matter much.
Oh, yeah. Damn it, Andrew.
Sorry, bro.
We have this one.
Yeah, we do. So let's just talk to this one the whole time.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I'm also like, fuck, dude.
Is it going to be something like every Sunday or every?
I think it's going to be Saturday because one of the things Josh and I talked about is the podcast was originally like, oh, we'll do every Sunday, and then like if we have extra ones, we'll just put it up on a Wednesday. But now we just want to be at least every Sunday. So like the one with Ali will go up this Sunday, and then you'll be the next Sunday. That's just totally turned
See ya. Yeah.
Just because I think part of the reason why Casey Neistat was so cool to us is because he was there every day. And even if it's not every day, bro, Jake Paul reference there. Or is that Logan?
No, that's Jake.
Okay.
Wait,
but
no.
just
Jake.
the fact that you like the showing up every time you say you're going to.
And truthfully, people forget about you. When we took a little like 2-week break,
Yeah.
But after like 2 weeks, it's like, oh, that's right, they do have a podcast.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's like, you know what, you kind of do have to get out there every week, or something like that.
Yeah. I'm scared to make those promises just because I've broken them so many times.
It's nuts.
I'm just like, I'm gonna do this,
But there's nothing that says you can't pick that one time you say it and commit to it. That's what I always think.
Yeah. Shit, dude.
Fuck.
I do.
Yeah.
Speaking of weddings. All right, I think we're good, right?
Yeah, that's good. Peace out.